Hi, class. Happy Sunday. Welcome to week 15, December 11th to the 15th of our e-learning business leadership course. Just a few weeks away from the winter break, and I know that I am looking forward to it. I'm sure that you are all as well. I am just going to take you through our agenda for this week together, and it'll be a pretty short video today because we're really spending the majority of this time this week finishing up some deliverables from this course. Including that master project from Unit 2, which I introduced to you in detail in the instructional video last week. So I won't be doing that again this week. But as always, when we start our week, just make sure that you complete your attendance activity or participation activity for the week that will mark you as present for the week ahead. So just make sure you do that, okay? And then this here is the instructional video from last week. So you would have listened to it already if you are doing what you should be doing. And this takes you through the project that you have been working on all last week. And you have this week to complete as well. So we're going to be working on finishing that project this week mostly, but we do have one more thing on the agenda, which I'll explain in just a minute. You did receive this project last Sunday. So at this point, you've had 7 days to work with the project. At this point, my expectation would be that you're more than halfway through the project. So, as you're listening to this video, just ask yourself, like, where am I at? Am I on track? Have I done what I need to do, right? Because if you're using that period that's allotted to you for this course, that's 75 minutes a day. I mean, we're talking over 5 hours of time working on this project if you've been using your time wisely, just Monday to Friday in and of itself. This project is due this Friday at 3 p.m. This is a hard deadline because you will have had about 2 weeks to work on the project. So anything that comes in after that, no bueno, okay? So make sure that you are honoring that deadline. It's very, very important. Alrighty, so with that, I should say, being said, right here posted on the Monday agenda, basically I just reiterated everything that I just said. So you're going to be working on the Master Project Unit 2 this week. You had it rolled out last week. The instructional videos included from explaining the project as well, and that you have this week to finish it, and that there is a hard deadline this Friday, December 15th at 3 p.m. Okay? Then, in addition to this project, because again, you had all last week to work on it, and now you have all this week, you're also finishing up your blog for the course. So it's hard to believe, but we're at that stage of the course now where we are finishing things. So next week is our last week before winter break, and it's the last week really doing curriculum. We'll have a couple little things on the agenda when we come back in January, but otherwise, January, there's only 3 weeks. And that's going to be for your final performance task and your final exam. So the course is pretty much done. So when you think about it from that perspective, it's highly motivating. So we're also finishing our blog this week. So this blog we've been working on throughout the whole course, and here we are. We're doing our last blog post. Hard to believe we're already here, right? That's how fast time goes. So with that in mind, you have one last blog post. You're going to go back to your blog that you've been working on, and by now you would have had 7 blog entries as well as your About Me section. And this will be blog entry number 8. You're going to be reading this article called Is Effort a Myth? It's very short, and it's written by Seth Godin, who's a marketing executive. He's runs his own social media empire. Really, really great big thought thinker for in business. So anyways, I think you'll like what he has to say here. Again, it's really short, but it just gives you a lot of food for thought on effort and the idea of hard work. Okay, so excuse me. Sorry, just double checking what I'm saying here now. This is, yeah. So with that in mind, sorry, I'm just double checking what I wrote to make sure that I did it properly. So with that in mind, you have this blog entry number 8 to work on. So you read the article, and then you're going to answer the following questions relating it to your life as well as the course and the article itself, of course, within the actual blog. Now, as I mentioned right here, complete the blog entry and post it to your blog. Once you've posted the blog, make sure that you republish your blog. And then there will be a Dropbox submission for this. And you can access that Dropbox submission, obviously, in Dropbox in our course. This is the final blog entry for your course. So if you want to do any updates to your blog as well, just based on the feedback that I've given you in Unit 1, just to finesse it or fine tune it, this is like the end of the blog, and I will be marking it as a full, complete blog for Term 2 once you have published this blog, okay? You do have next week to work on this blog, but I have to say, we actually have a lot to do next week to finish up some things before we go into winter break. So your agenda is going to be quite heavy next week. And I know that Friday's a half day for Halton District School Board students. And well, it'll be a festive week. So I don't know that you're going to be as inspired yet next week to be working really hard. So if it were me, I would try to just get this done this week because that will offload a lot of your stress next week for this course. Okay? So that's why I've given it to you now, so you can start thinking about it now and maybe work on it this week. Like I said, where I kind of expect you to be with the Unit 2 project is more than halfway. So you shouldn't need more than a few more days this week to finish it up. So if it were me, I would just finish the project, submit that, and then I would do the blog and get that done by the end of the weekend. And then I would go into next week knowing that that was done. That's just the tip that I give you though. Okay. So that is what we've got going on this week. And I've given you obviously the next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just to work on whatever that at your own, at your own speed or whatever. And, but again, what I suggested you do is what I suggest you do. I just think that it's great time management. Okay. So that's that. You're going to finish your project for this week. That's due Friday, December 15th at 3 p.m. That's a hard deadline. And then you're going to get started on that last blog entry, fine-tuning, finessing the final version of your blog. And when you are done that, publish it, republish it, copy that link into your Dropbox submission. You'll see that under Unit 2, final blog entry, and you will be good to go. Okay? If you have any questions or you want to pop into a Google Meet, that's great. Just send me an email. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week and I'll see you online.